Hello viewers, you are welcome to the Smart Student Academy. This is your channel if you are a student aiming at scoring straight A's in your final examinations. This is the arena for champions who will settle for nothing less than pure academic excellence. Come with us as we show you the strategies you will need to achieve your ambitions academically. Today's video talk is on general examination practice tips. It consists of some general as well as some subject-specific actionable tips to help you get ready for any major examinations ahead of you as a student. Achieving an A grade in any subject requires a combination of several smart study techniques, consistent practice, and effective examination strategies. Below is a comprehensive list of examination practice tips tailored for each subject category. But now, please hit the subscribe button and let us dive in straight away without further delays. However, before diving into subject-specific strategies, I want to offer you or give you the following general tips that apply to all subjects. General examination practice tips. Number 1, understand the exam format. If you are about to write WAEC or NECO or any other examination like that, you need to understand how they set the question. That's what I mean by the format, and many other parameters about the question or the examination. So you have to review past questions to know this. Look at the syllabus for the exam to know the structure of the exam. Number 2, create a study timetable. How do you do this? You have to allocate time to each subject based on difficulty and importance. Thirdly, master time management. Use timed practice sessions to improve speed and accuracy. Number 4, summarize key concepts. Create notes, mind maps, and flashcards for quick revision. Number 5, practice with past questions. Solve at least 5 years' worth of past questions to identify patterns. Number 6, seek clarifications. Ask teachers or peers for explanation on difficult things or topics that you don't understand. Number 7, teach others. Explaining topic to someone else help you reinforce your understanding. Number 8, maintain a healthy lifestyle. Have proper sleep, eat good diets, balanced diet for that matter, and exercise your body. This will enhance concentration and memory. Number 9, simulate exam conditions. What does that mean? You practice answering questions under real exam conditions. You time yourself and make sure you use exactly the time that is being allocated to that exam to do it, and see how well you can finish within the time duration. 10, and lastly here, stay positive and confident. Believe in yourself and avoid last-minute panic. Now, let's go to subject-specific tips. The one I just shared with you are just general. They all apply to all subjects. Let's look at examination tips for sciences, like physics, chemistry, and biology. For physics, for instance, number 1, you should understand formulas and principles. Memorize key formulas and understand their applications. 2, practice numerical problems. Solve problems daily to improve calculation speed. Number 3, use diagrams and sketches. Draw force diagrams, circle diagrams, and graphs for better comprehension. 4, practice practicals. This will help you familiarize yourself with experiments and their interpretations. And lastly, analyze past questions. This is very crucial to get used to what is being offered in that exam. This requires identifying frequently asked questions or topics and then focusing on them. Let's move to chemistry. For chemistry, the following tips are very essential. Number 1, master your periodic table. Learn trends, valency, and atomic structure. Number 2, understand your chemical reactions. Balance equations and understand reaction mechanisms. Number 3, practice calculations. Solve stoichiometry, molar calculations, and gas law problems. And this will help you a lot because they are so crucial. Next, study organic chemistry separately. I have to emphasize this because there is always a session reserved for organic chemistry. So for that one, memorize functional groups, the alkanes, the alkynes, the alcohols, and the rest of them. The method of nomenclature, naming of organic compounds and reactions. Make sure you understand those aspects. And lastly, revise laboratory techniques. You should understand and know your titration, separation methods, and error analysis. Let's move to biology. For biology, the following tips apply. Use diagram. That's the first tip. Draw and label structures of cells, organs, and other biological processes. Number 2, understand processes. Learn respiration, digestion, reproduction, and genetics in details. Number 3, master your definitions. Very, very crucial in biology. Be precise in biological definitions and terminologies. Next, relay concepts to real life. Apply knowledge to human health and the environment. This is very, very important. Last but not the least here, practice answering essay questions. Biology often comes with essay questions, and they require structured, detailed explanations. Now let's move to languages like English and French. For English, for instance, the following tips applies. Number 1, improve your grammar and vocabulary. Very, very essential. Read wide and practice writing compositions. Number 2, work on comprehension skills. Practice answering questions based on given passages. Number 3, study essay writing formats. Master formats for letters, articles, reports, and debates. Again, revise literature texts. Know the themes, the characters, and literary devices. Now let's look at the French language. For French language, the following tips applies. 1, expand your vocabulary. Learn new words daily and use them in sentences. Number 2, improve your pronunciation. Listen to native speakers via podcasts or language apps or on radio and television broadcasts. Furthermore, master verb conjugations. Understand present, past, and future tenses. Then practice writing and speaking. Engage people in conversations and write essays using the French language. Give to your teachers, let them help you mark and correct. In this way, you will know how good you are and how ready you are for the exams. Next, solve past questions. This is very, very crucial. This will get you familiarized with the pattern of questions. So you have to study common exam patterns in comprehension and translation. Now, let us move to mathematics. For mathematics, there are some basic concepts. These are very, very important. If you can just understand them and practice them or take them into recognition, you are good to go. No fear for mathematics again. So the first tip here is that you should master basic concepts, basic mathematical concepts. Understands your algebra, your geometry, your trigonometry, and statistics. Then maths require daily practice. So practice daily. Very, very important. It's a cornerstone of being a good mathematician. Practicing daily. So how do you go about it? You solve different types of problems regularly from one topic to another. There should be no single day when you will not solve a math problem, or at least one or two. In this way, you become a true mathematician. Furthermore, learn formulas by heart. Create a formula sheet and revise them frequently. Again, use step-by-step problem-solving method. Break complex problems into smaller steps and deal with each steps before you put everything together. Next, solve past questions. Develop their attitude of solving past questions. Exam bodies do repeat questions a lot. So if you are versed in practicing some past questions, especially the ones that are very close, like the last 5 years, you find that some question will be served into your hands just like that. So you must learn to identify recurring questions that they often ask, and the strategies to tackle them. This is very important. Now, having done with mathematics, for the sake and benefit of our students who are in the field of arts, let's look at for arts, like literature in English, government, and Christian religious studies. The following tips will be very, very crucial and important for you to master this art subject. Let's take it one subject at a time. For literature in English, specific tips that are very relevant are: 1, analyzing the characters and themes. You must understand motivations and story developments. 2, you must memorize some quotes, key quotes. Use key quotation to support your answers. Then, know literary devices. Devices like metaphors, irony, satire, hyperbole, climax, and the rest of them. Last but not the least, on literature in English, practice essay writing. Learn how to structure literature essays clearly. Very, very, very crucial. Now let's move to government. The following tips will be very important for you to pass your government question very well. Understand government structure. This is a key area of government that is often asked almost every year. Learn about constitution. These are fundamental things in government, democracy, political ideologies, that is different types of political ideas. Then understand the arms of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And you must understand their rules. Lastly here, study past questions. If you have noticed a pattern now, you will see that there is emphasis on studying past questions. When you study past questions, you get used to the nature of the exams. Then all your fears will disappear. This is very important. So for government, your government past exam questions, you should practice them, because often they do repeat questions. So if you are lucky, you have practiced some past questions and it is being repeated, good luck to you. Let's move on to Christian Religious Studies, CRS. The first tip you need to know there is that you must know your Bible stories and lessons. There are so many Bible stories that fall within the syllabus of your WAEC or NECO or any exams, for that matter. So you must understand those stories. You can make a checklist, a list of them, and make sure you refresh your mind about them. Then memorize scriptural references. It's not enough to just know a story. You should be able to quote where in the Bible such stories can be found. Number 2, for CRS, understand moral teachings. Relate lesson to temporary life. You see, there are so many stories in the Bible have one moral lesson or the other. Usually in your syllabus, they will always tell you a story and also tell you the moral teachings there. Those moral teachings, they are very, very important. So always understand the moral teachings that are associated with each story in the Bible. These are the real things they ask in WAEC and NECO. Now, lastly here, write answers in structured format. Use headings like introduction, explanation, and conclusion. You see, structuring your answers in this way will let the examiner know that you know what you are doing. When you say introduction, that is, you bring the idea of the story or the idea of the topic or question to the awareness of the examiner. Then you say explanation, and you understand that you want to break it down. And then by the time you say conclusion, you know that you have said what you want to say, and you want to give a summary of what you have said or written. This is very, very important. Now let's move on and look at humanities, subjects like history, geography, economics, and other humanities subjects. For history, you must master dates and timelines. Use a timeline to remember key events. In fact, you must know how events occur chronologically. So the dates, you must draw a timeline to show it. Then 2, understand causes and effects. For any event that occur, there should be an underlying reason or causes for it to occur. And then the effect, after the event has taken place, usually some other things follow. So you should relate historical events to their structures. For instance, if you look at World War II, you want to identify the reasons that led to World War II. And then beyond that, when the World War II has already taken place, what were the effects on the economy, on the world, and everything? So the outcome is what we call the effect. You should understand that aspect in history. Then lastly, for history, revise past questions. You see, I always emphasize the idea of revising past questions, because getting used to past questions is getting you ready to face the real thing. If you are practicing with other questions your teacher set in the class, those are local ones. But past questions are the real one the exam body dish out to you. So when you are used to it, you have no fear at all to face the exam. So you must identify how questions are being framed, how they are being structured, and then the expected responses. For geography, number 1, memorize key definitions. There are so many definitions in geography: climate, different landforms, population studies, and so on. Number 2, use maps and diagrams. Geography has a lot of diagrams. So study maps, scales, and topographical representations. Lastly, practice geographical calculations. Latitude, calculation on longitude, and also on gradient calculation. For economics, the following tips are very, very crucial for you to pass well. 1, understand key concepts. Concepts like demand and supply, inflation, national income, and so on. 2, memorize graphs and tables. Interpret economic charts and curves. There are so many graphs and tables, especially graphs that go with teaching of economics. There is no way you can teach demand and supply, for instance, without drawing the graph that shows the relationship between the two of them. So you must be able to sketch those graphs, because when exam time shall come and you are asked to explain demand and supply and their relationship, drawing those graphs that show that relationship will help boost your mark. Lastly here, under economics, solve past questions. Another point of emphasis. Getting used to past questions is very crucial. I cannot emphasize it enough. Economics often follows a predictive question pattern. Yes, in particular, they normally repeat so many questions in economics. So if you are used to the last 5, let's say 10 years past questions, and you cover them effectively, I can assure you over 80% of the questions you are going to face will be within that range. Believe me. Number 6, let's look at commercial subjects. Subjects like financial accounting, commerce, marketing, business methods, and the rest. Let's take it one after the other. For financial accounting in particular, the following tips apply. Understand accounting principles. These are the fundamental things you need to know, like double entry system, ledgers, trial balance. Number 2, practice calculations. Calculation relating to balance sheets, profit and loss accounts, and so on. Then work with past questions. Financial accounting requires constant practice. Let me repeat myself. Financial accounting requires constant practice, because the figures that you'll be given to post into either profit and loss account or balance sheet always changes. Take note of that. From year to year, they change them. Now let's look at commerce. Let's look at commerce. For commerce, memorize different definitions and terms. Commerce comes with a lot of terminologies and definitions. Definition of trade, advertising, insurance, and the rest of them. 2, understand business structures. So proprietorship, partnership, corporation, limited liability companies, and the rest. Then the use of case studies, very important. Apply knowledge to real-world commercial situations. Furthermore, let's look at marketing. The following tips apply to marketing. Fundamentally, you should know the 4 P's of marketing, which are product, price, place, and promotion. There is hardly any question that comes in a year, either in the objective section or theory section, where you will not encounter issues relating to the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion. Believe me. Furthermore, study market strategies, things like consumer behavior, advertising techniques, and the rest of them. And lastly here, solve past questions. Marketing exams often come with tested practical applications. So, please, study past questions. For business methods, number 1, understand business operations, sales, management, practice case studies, apply business concepts to scenarios. Lastly, revise frequently. Business terms and strategies require regular reinforcement. Before we round off, finally, please hit the subscribe and like buttons and share the link with other students and your friends. Be your brother's keeper. Be free to explore this channel for other academic videos. We have plenty of them, so many, and new ones are being constantly uploaded. My final words to you: getting an A grade requires dedication, consistent practice, and smart study techniques. By following these 3 specific strategies, using past questions, and managing your time effectively, you will greatly increase your chances of excelling. Please Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.